Hello and welcome to day 14 of Vlogmas. I thought we could do a little get ready with me today. I'm looking very shiny because I've actually just had to wash my face. I had already done my makeup for work and then have been to work. I came home and I was doing the dishes and I had a dehumidifier thing that was, you know, those little like things you put on the side, and I was trying to empty the water out of it and it like popped and it went all over me and I had to wash my face because it was like burning. So that was slightly dramatic, and because of all of the drama, it is now 5:10. I am meant to be there anytime after 6, so I need to be there to be there for 6 o'clock, because otherwise if I aim there to be for 6 o'clock I will be anytime after 6. So let's get going. It's my staff party, and it is at a local restaurant, obviously. I think there'll probably be about 20 people going, roughly. I'm not sure, that might be too many, I don't know. I can't think, because there's quite a lot of people who work like part-time, and then it's also, so this is the library and archive, so there's like archive staff that I don't always see, so it'll be nice. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But I thought while I get ready today I could kind of chat to you about other jobs I've had in my life. I got my first job, I was just trying to think about it before I started filming this, when I started working. I think I was either 16 or 17, I was kind of later to start working. Well, I don't know, that's kind of normal for some people, but it felt a bit later for me. I did first go job hunting when I was 14, and then I was so anxious throughout my exams. I was like, I couldn't possibly work and do exams, but I could, because I then did for the next 2 years. But I got a job the summer after my first lot of exams, so I think I was 16. And I worked just in a local cafe. It was very much a tourist hotspot. I don't know if I should name drop or not, so I think I'm just not gonna, just in case. I've been really lucky that like everywhere I've worked has been lovely, at least for the first little while. But yeah, so I worked in a local cafe and I worked there for a while, and then it was a lot of hours. Sorry, I need to keep reminding myself to do my makeup and chat. It was a lot of hours, so I would work after school a couple of days a week until 10 p.m. and then also work 2 days at the weekend. So it would either be a Friday after school, or a Saturday and a Sunday, or a Friday and a Saturday, just kind of, because we finish school at 12:20 on a Friday. So yeah, that was a lot. So then I ended up leaving there and going to work in a very cute cafe called The Strand, which I will name drop because it doesn't exist anymore, and my best friend used to own it, so, well, one of my best friends. And I started working there because I went to school with a girl who worked there, and that was Alice, and she very quickly became one of my best friends as well. And I think she must have said there was a job going or something, and I remember going in after school one day and being like, is there any jobs going? And Erica was like, yeah, and then we sat down and had a chat, and then I started working there. And I loved it there, and I think I probably still would be working there now if it was still open. But I worked there for a good couple of years, until 2019 kind of time, I would say. So I was 18, 19 time, and so yeah, a good couple of years I worked there. And then she sold it, my friend Erica sold it, and no staff stayed on. I don't know if that was it was a personal choice for me, but I don't know if that was a personal choice for everyone. I think it was. So none of the staff I knew and loved were staying there, so I was like, I don't want to stay there. So then I went to work at another cafe, which was getting an extension, and I did not last there because, oh my god, it was so busy, so stressful. I was quite mentally unwell at the time and didn't realise it, and it was not for me. I was only there maybe 6 months. I did not survive there very long. Maybe it was longer than that, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, this isn't a CV, hence you're not getting any dates and times because I can't remember that off the top of my head. Well, it kind of is a CV. And then I just kind of left there. I still lived at home, so I was quite lucky that I could just leave. And I had then started making dog bandanas, so I kind of started my own business then. And then I was one day out walking the dogs, and the lady who owned the Dearness shop, the local shop in Dearness, asked my sister if she wanted a job, and she said no, and I was like, she doesn't, but I do. So then I worked there for a while, and again, really lovely job. I worked a couple of half days a week. Well, no, I worked, I think, nearly full-time hours, but it was just like, it'd be like 1 till 7, I think, was my usual shift, or 9 till 1. And it was really lovely. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was just kind of like one of those tie you over jobs until you figured life out. And then my mum was a childminder at that time, and I had spent quite a lot of time with kids, and then I applied for a job as a support worker because I really didn't want to have to go to college. And you didn't need to be qualified to be a support worker, so I applied for that role. I didn't get it because I didn't have any experience, but the person that did my interview was actually somebody that I knew. That is why we love a small community sometimes. And I ended up asking him for some work experience. So every Thursday I went into a local nursery and got some work experience, and then found out about a modern apprenticeship. And I did a modern apprenticeship in early years. In early years. Well, it was like some sort of convoluted title, but I did that, got qualified, and that was in 2020 I got qualified, and then I worked there for nearly 5 years, and it was a lovely, lovely job. I couldn't have dreamed of a better job when I first started. It was so wonderful. Oh man, I forgot to put liquid blush on. Oh well, we'll go straight in with powder. It really was a very wonderful job. I genuinely couldn't have imagined it. I'm going to try liquid blush over the top. But then COVID happened, and it just changed the job a lot. I still loved what I did over COVID. I like had a lot of fun making like kind of like educational content for the kids. I would always like make funny activity videos and come up with different ideas for them to do at home, because it was such a challenging time for parents, and it was also like quite nice for me to have people that I could phone and chat to once a week, and some of them, you know, really appreciated the chat as well. And then also in that time I started the Happy Hut jewellery side of things, where I made and sold a lot of jewellery, and then I also started making masks, because I obviously had loads of bandana fabric and the experience of making bandanas, and it's actually one of my amazing bandana customers reached out to me before masks were mandatory and asked if I would make some for her staff, because they were obviously better for the environment, and I happily obliged. Found a YouTube tutorial, did it, made some masks. She was really happy with them. So then I ended up making about 800 face masks over the period of COVID. So it was a pretty busy time for me, but I did enjoy it. And also my niece was born in 2020. She was in our bubble. So yeah, even though it was quite difficult because it was COVID and everything was shut, I actually did kind of enjoy it. Well, yeah, then it got to Christmas about 2 years ago, and I decided it was time to try something new. And I was at a craft fair, and I bumped into somebody who owned the pottery painting studio locally, and I was like, I'm having a bit of difficulty at my job at the minute. I would love to work somewhere creative like this. If you ever had any openings, let me know. And it just so happened that they did have an opening, but I couldn't start until the spring, where it started to get busier. So then I kind of was just doing a bit, I'd already started my, I started my support work in that time as well. like in the January, and then I started at the pottery painting studio a couple of months later, and then worked there for just over a year, and then recently just got the job at the library. So that's my CV and my job history, if anyone was curious. I just thought it might be an interesting thing to discuss, but I realise it's probably also quite boring for a lot of people, but I don't know, there's a nosy part of me that thinks I would enjoy people's job history. When I started, like when I first told people I was going to work at the library, everyone was like, are you quiet enough to work in a library? And no, I'm not. I don't really know how I'm getting off with it, to be honest. I have been shushed by customers twice now, which is hilarious to me because I'm staff. But it isn't a silent library. It's very good and modern and lovely, and I also was like, kind of like how I was with the Dearness shop, I was like, it's just going to be a tiding over job until I find something that I'm going to do more and like something that I want to do, and I bloody love it actually. I couldn't imagine leaving there. There's somebody who just retired this year who's worked there 49 years, and I said I'm going to outwork her, but if I outwork her I have to work until I'm 75, so I don't think I will actually outwork her. But yeah, it's a fab job. Such wonderful people that work there. I have never worked somewhere where the staff are all collectively so lovely. Every single person as an individual is nice as well. You know, sometimes it's like they're lovely as a group and as an individual they're not, and vice versa. Sometimes they're lovely as an individual and not lovely as a group. It's just all round incredible. Love them all. So I'm really looking forward to tonight, and just feel really very lucky to work there. Yeah, so it's a great place to be, and could not be more different to what I'm qualified in or what I spent 5 years doing, working in a noisy, busy nursery. Now working in a silent library. It's not silent though. It's got a lot of like, it's got a great children's library, and we've got sensory spaces and things as well, so I still get to kind of have that interaction and fun with kids, so that's really important to me and a lot of fun as well. Okay, we're nearly there with the makeup actually. I might try and put this on with my finger to see if this makes it go a bit better. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, that is such a look. But yeah, I also have obviously been posting content for a while. I stopped my jewellery making business just because I kind of ran out of passion for it, and I think when I worked at the nursery it wasn't fulfilling me creatively, but then I started the pottery studio and it really was, and then the library also is as well, and my support work that I do is always very creative and fun as well, so yeah, it's just all round great. And I'm feeling very blessed and fortunate going into the new year. So yes, that is my job history, basically my CV for you all. I was hoping to have this edited and posted before I go, but there is just no hope of that happening because it's currently 5:25, and I think it will take me a little while to get ready still. I will come back and show you my finished look. I'm so excited tonight, and yes, I'm going to add a little wing on here and some little quarter lashes, and then get dressed, and hopefully my hair's taken a curl. I washed it last night, so I think it's maybe too clean, but we'll hope for the best. If not, we're going to have to curl it. We'll figure it out. Okay, here we have the finished look. I've got my bow tights on because I made these yesterday, but I ran out of bows, so they're literally just on the front, there's none around the back, and this is what I look like. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Sorry it's been quite chaotic because I am on a time crunch, and yes, here I am dressed as the best present you could ever receive. On that note, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.